The cars coming down through turns 3 and 4. All right. Green flag. Oh, they snookered him. Green flag is out. No countdown for this one. Couple of drivers having a little bit of issues getting going, and they have tricked the drivers in this one. Normally, we have them start at a standstill, but not tonight. They wave the green, and off we go. Now you see down in the infield section, they had one of the fire trucks out there earlier to wet the track to make things even more slippery down in the infield section as we've got cars going everywhere. A couple of vehicles have gone around and been spun out, but we continue on, and already one lap into this one, we've got cars literally all around the speedway to start the War-Off I-4 Enduro. Andrew Roberts showing the way so far in the 28 car. There you see going above the red, white, and blue car with the American flag waving. Also got the 93 of Kyle Pandulo right there. That's first and second in that black and purple 93. Roberts had a really good night last night. Going to look to try to carry that on there. I love some of those throwback scheme on that 9 car. That is sick looking. As you see, cars that are already stopped and parked right in the middle of the racetrack. And they're trying to get a couple of the cars moved away. Remember, Enduro rules. We stay green. Richard Campbell, big-time contact as we take a look at that replay brought to you by our friends at Heatwave Visual, and that's what's led to several cars being stopped down in the infield, but we remain green. Kyle Pandulo showing the way, and the red flag is coming out. Red flag being displayed, everybody having to get on the binders. And everybody will come to a stop where they are. A couple cars down in the infield section won't see that red flag or that red flashing light until they get back up onto the track, as track officials now trying to wave everybody down and let everybody know that the red flag has been displayed. So got a couple of cars that were in some not so great situations. So we'll take a look right now. Currently the 93 of Kyle Pandulo is showing the way. Donald Criswell, the number 77, runs in second. Andrew Roberts is in third. Cletus is up to fourth. Nathan Weber runs in fifth. Clint Snyder is sixth. Dwayne Campbell, seventh. Edgar Summit is eighth, and we are ready to get this one underway. I need your help, folks. Let's count them down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green is back out. We're just 3 laps in, still 22 laps to go in this one. Keep an eye open. There's cars everywhere. You've got to be careful. Some cars will get stuck in certain areas, and you have to remember to avoid that car. I mean, you could be running side by side with somebody through most of the track, but then not remember there's a parked car in a certain area. That's something we saw a lot of in the Ultima race a couple of weeks ago. Similar scenario here with this War-Off I-4 Enduro. As Pandulo in the 93 continues to lead. There he is closing in on the 99 machine. Jack Stan Jimmy was behind the wheel of that car last night, and again here tonight. Jack Stan having a little bit of trouble early on in this one. You see a couple of other cars. Cletus has moved up into the third spot, and still got a ways to go to try to catch that lead car as we take a look at live on board with Cletus working the wheel down through turns 1 and 2. You'll see cars anywhere from 2, 3, and maybe even 4 wide in some places. But our leader, Pandulo, going to just try to navigate some lap traffic and try to keep that car in one piece, if at all possible. Pandulo down there through turns 1 and 2, going around some lap traffic. Donald Criswell, the 77, still remains in the second position. It's pretty evenly spread from first back to second and then back to Cletus. We saw the 31 car have a little bit of an issue. Try to gather it back up again as well. We take a look, double box there. You see Cletus on the right. And again, a couple of cars just not able to, I've seen several cars that have gone around multiple times. Remember, kind of slippery down there in the infield section, so if you get a little moisture on your tires, it's going to be a little bit more difficult when you're trying to put the hammer down out on the outside of the racetrack on the oh, we got a looks like a car has lost a wheel, and we've got a red flag coming out. Several cars have stopped. We've also got a car on fire in turns 1 and 2. The number 9 car is up in smoke, up in flames. And that car is hot, hot, hot. And safety equipment coming out, driver flying out, you're done. And so is the grass. You see the trail of fire that's gone up to that guy. Man, I made a comment, that is the announcer's jinx if I've ever seen it. I talked about how good of a looking car that was, and look at it now. Unbelievable. The old Mark Martin Valvoline throwback there with the number 9 on it, and the caution, or excuse me, the red flag is out. We are just 9 laps into this one, and you see the replay. And don't forget, folks, here at the Freedom Factory, we've got the video board up in the middle of turns 3 and 4. You can check out all the live action on Freedom Plus, and look at that. That is just unbelievable, and a great job by our camera crew, and an even better job there. I give a big shout out to the Manatee Fire and Rescue, to the track rescue team, and everybody on the Freedom Factory crew for jumping on that and getting there so quickly. I know normally Cletus is not very happy with people going on his grass, but I think we'll make an exception there that time, just making sure that we can put that fire out. So the dozer cam getting some early work, and that number 9 is going up and on the hook and officially done for the night as we work our second red flag of the War-Off I-4 Enduro. And you can see the, oh man, you can see the gasoline, or it's pouring out of the bottom of it. So we had an issue in the Ultimate race. Speedy Cop had a punctured fuel cell, and that thing was dumping gas all over the place. But this one, you can see that fuel cell definitely punctured open, and they've gone ahead and tried to flip that one on its side there to try to stop it from leaking all over the place. But a great job again by the Freedom Factory crew and everybody with the Tour of Destruction. We're making quick work of that. Once we have everybody put back in position where they need to be, we'll be doing another 5-second countdown to get the race restarted once again as they go to check on and make sure everybody is good to go. Man, that was unreal. So there's the field lined up along the front stretch. Those are the cars that are parked down at the exit of turn number 4. That's looking down from turn 1 down towards turn 4, towards the east. Again, several of the some of the Freedom Factory crew going to check. Let's check a replay again on our Heatwave visual replay, and up and over it goes. Over there on its side. Yep, I think it's that car has unfortunately seen better days, and that sucks. That's such a great looking race car too. That was one of my favorite schemes there in the early to mid 90s that Mark Martin and Roush Racing used to rock. But it looks like we've just about got everybody cleaned up and where we need to go. Again, getting a couple of areas picked up and cleaned up. Just trying to make sure everybody is okay and ready to resume. All the fans taking in tonight's racing action. We got fans young and old that'd love to come out and take in the Tour of Destruction. Capacity sold out crowd. All right, folks, got the word. We're ready to get back to racing in the War-Off I-4 Enduro. Let's count them down. 5, 4. Green is back out. And they fire off. It's still Kyle Pandulo showing the way. Will this allow Donald Criswell and Cletus to try to close the gap? See how it goes as we get closer and closer to the halfway point in this one. All right in front of Cletus there. That's our second place car of Donald Criswell getting sideways, going all the way up to the wall, and Cletus makes the pass for second. I think that 77 may have a tire down as that car is off the pace up against the outside wall. Cletus down into the infield section, but still has a ways to go to try to catch Kyle Pandulo out in front. Big lead built up. Gonna have some work to do as we come towards the halfway point in this one. Got 14 laps to go out of this 25-lap race. Man, what a move there by Pandulo, going right through the middle, going 3 wide, passing some lap traffic, going right up the gut. I mean, you don't typically see we got oh no, Cletus with problems. Cletus is down into the infield and he's gonna lose precious time. Looks like he's got it back going again. But Cletus had some issues trying to gather it back up there, and is going to lose some time, and he's going to go back to third. Take a look at the replay here, or watching live here rather, Cletus there as he was going back up onto the track again, just trying to maneuver his way through. Richard Campbell has moved up into second, the 132 car. See how Richard is able to get through as we take a look at the replay right here, and you can see 74 car just making hard contact with the 488 of Cletus, and I think that 488 might have got the worst of it going into the tire barrier. It looks like their night might be over. Oh, Cletus getting him back. Cletus returns the favor, but at what cost? The front of his car is caved in, and Cletus is going to stop up at the top of the racetrack, and his night's going to come to an end. Cletus, you're done. His car remains up at the top of the racetrack with 10 laps to go, and with Enduro rules, he'll stay up there as long as the driver's side is not pointed towards the racetrack. We'll continue on. Now the question will be, can Richard Campbell reel in the 93 of Kyle Pandulo? Taking a look again at the replay right now. Cletus looking for the 74 machine, got right into the left rear of him and said, hey, I got a short memory. I remember what you just did to me. And he definitely returned the favor. There's our leader again, Pandulo, going down through the infield section of the track. Oh, big time problems down to the exit of the inner loop there, coming back out onto the racetrack, and that car not in a great spot. So several drivers are going to have to try to maneuver their way around. That's in a very, very tricky spot, but with the driver's side not exposed, we'll continue on. But for several drivers, attrition starting to become a bit of a factor in this one, as there you see parts and pieces all around the racetrack. And with Enduro rules, we'll stay green, and you just got to remember where those points of debris or parked cars are to be able to navigate and get around them. Less than 8 laps to go. Pandulo will come to the line this next time by, and it'll be 6 to go. Campbell is closing in on him. He's got about 1 car separating them. Trying to get through as Pandulo gets by another lap car. Campbell is there. 1 car separating first and second. Here comes Richard Campbell making a move down into the infield section and back up onto the racetrack. We've got a battle for the race lead with 5 laps to go. And a new race leader, Richard Campbell, gets by. As we've got more cars having trouble up in turn number 3, but we keep it on Campbell for the time being as he navigates through the inner loop. And Cletus, I think he may have, oh my gosh, his head flew off. Oh my goodness. Well, we're gonna have to try to find that. That bald eagle's not going anywhere. But I think Cletus has literally lost his head. I can think of so many Austin Powers jokes right now, but I'm gonna spare you all. But for Campbell, got the win in the Florida Man Enduro last night. And if ever there was a Florida man, it's Richard Campbell, or possibly his co-passenger there, Cletus McFarlane. As the laps wind down, 3 to go. Pandulo's running in second. He led and dominated the majority of this race. James D'Elia, nice job by James D'Elia getting up into third, as drivers are just still continuing to have to avoid those parked cars in several areas of the track as the leaders get ready to come by. 2 to go. Campbell has a pretty good gap built up, back to second place now. No pressure. Just has to navigate traffic now at this point and try to bring it home. As Campbell works through turns 3 and 4, down along the bottom of the racetrack, the white flag is displayed one more time around. So many cars not able to make it the full 25-lap distance, but that's the beauty of this enduro-style racing. Campbell started near the back, got the win last night, and does it again here tonight. Your winner, the War-Off I-4 Enduro, the 132 of Richard Campbell, sees the checkered flag. The rest of the field coming by. Kyle Pandulo will look to try to hold on to second. He'll grab that spot. Waiting on the 77, James D'Elia coming by. And we'll wrap up our top 3. Raymond Rogers and Christopher Benning round out our top 5. Jack Stan Jimmy was able to get a top 10 finish, finishing in 9th. As there you see Cletus, I mean, the couch is up there. You might as well enjoy it. Best seat in the house up there in 3 and 4. Unreal. Cletus with one of the best seats in the house for sure. Josh is like, what are you doing, brother? What happened to my house? We'll check in with Cletus a little bit later on. But in the meantime, we've got a winner that wants to climb out and celebrate down in Freedom Factory Victory Lane. It's the driver of the number 132. Make some noise for Richard Campbell as we send it down trackside to Keith from Tour of Destruction.
All right, we are down here with Richard Campbell, the 132. Let's hear it for him! Again, the winner last night's Enduro, coming back, winning it again. A lot of cars out there this time. Did have to dump the leader with about 5 laps left. He did have to put a little spin on him, but let us hear it for him. Again, starting from the back of the pack since he won last night, coming back and with the victory again. Let's have a couple words with you, Richard, man. So you got 5 laps left. You had the leader in front of you. You were battling him. You decided to take a dump on him. You kind of like spun him out. What were you thinking? You could have raced him straight up. See? Was he just blocking you? What were you going on?
I want to thank Cletus for saving our track. This is our hometown track. You guys make some noise. Give Cletus a hell yeah, brother! Awesome. Yeah, it was rough. You know, I started scratch. I won the Enduro last night, so they put me dead last. It was a challenge. 25 laps ain't a lot to get up front, but this car hooked up. It's fast. I got to thank my sponsors, Affordable Tax Guy Service. I tell you, this is the Tour of Destruction. He's all about the Tour of Deductions. Give him a call. Check out our new bar, Cadillac Jack's Honky Tonk Saloon, brand new honky tonk. I want to thank my wife, my beautiful babies, and God bless you guys. And thank you, fans. You're the best fans in the state of Florida.
All right, let's hear it for your winner, Richard Campbell, the War-Off I-4. And again, we got plenty more destruction and carnage planned for you. Again, we had Bigfoot out here already in the back of a pickup truck. We've got cars on fire down the track. We got them flipped over. Wild and crazy stuff already, and that was only race number 1. That's right, coming up next, we've got the reverse race. That's right, we're gonna be driving these cars backwards. That's right, on the track, they're gonna hit it in reverse and drive around the entire course backwards. Now, the issue with that is you want that fresh airflow to the motor and the radiator. You don't want to overheat those cars, and a lot of the cars are already kind of hot from running the Enduro. So we're going to see, we might see another blow up again. We did last time we were out here. So again, we'll look at the highlights of the War-Off I-4, a great showing from our local drivers. Freedom Factory, are you having a great time already? Oh, last night it was about 1,000 less people, and they were a little bit louder. I want to hear you guys get loud.